Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a look outside our very warm weather window from this afternoon and looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights, and just a few high clouds out there, but lots of blue sky, light wind, and much hotter temperatures today than yesterday. We topped off at about 95 yesterday. Yeah, we were in triple digits today, and as we move forward in our forecast, not much relief. I think tomorrow will be a lot like today, and then that excessive heat warning continues right through Saturday. But I'll tell you what, Friday, we could see temperatures almost up to 109. A little bit better, I think, here on Saturday before things cool down into the lower 90s as we get into Sunday. But tomorrow, better look out up in the Okanagan country, up around Oroville, also the Tonasket area, all the way down to Brewster. We're going to see some pretty hefty winds, 10 to 20 miles an hour, and that will increase the chance for rapid spread of new or existing wildfires. Already a bad situation up that way, so be very careful tomorrow. We'll have more weather information coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 31-year-old driver on Highway 17 outside Soap Lake apparently fell asleep yesterday afternoon, drifted off the roadway, hit a rock, and rolled the vehicle. A Wenatchee man faces a possible prison term of nearly 6 years for an attempted assault fueled by sexual jealousy. And citing extreme fire danger, Chelan County commissioners have ordered the closure of Horse Lake Road in Wenatchee. But first, our top story tonight. A 50-year-old Everett man is dead after a tubing accident Tuesday in the Wenatchee River near Leavenworth. John R. Campbell died in the stretch of the river known as Boulder Bend when his tube flipped and he was knocked unconscious after striking a rock. Campbell died by drowning. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies said Campbell was spending time on the river with his 2 teenage sons. They warned that stretch of the river can be dangerous for recreation with cold temperatures and many exposed and hidden rocks. Well, a 31-year-old driver on Highway 17 outside Soap Lake apparently fell asleep yesterday afternoon, drifted off the roadway, hit a rock, and rolled the vehicle. Trooper John Bryant of the Washington State Patrol said Scott Harrison of Omak was not injured, but a woman passenger in his 2015 Ford Escape suffered minor head injuries that were treated at the scene. Bryant said Harrison was cited for the accident, which happened about 2 p.m. and blocked the northbound lane of the highway for almost 2 hours. A Wenatchee man faces a possible prison term of nearly 6 years for an attempted assault fueled by sexual jealousy. 37-year-old Jess Jerome Cunning pleaded guilty in Chelan County Superior Court to a November 2019 incident in which he waited outside the home of a Wenatchee woman in the dead of night and then attacked the victim with a baseball bat when he left the house. Cunning fled and was later arrested at his home. The victim suffered a head injury and multiple cuts and bruises. Prosecutors allowed Cunning to plead to attempted assault instead of the original count of first-degree assault, which could have earned him up to 10 years in prison. He's free on bond and scheduled to be sentenced on September 13th. In other news, Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinberg pleaded guilty today to a charge of negligent driving, avoiding a possible conviction for DUI. Steinberg, who's serving his second term as a county commissioner, was arrested on June 15th by East Wenatchee police after an altercation at a local McDonald's. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins was in court today.
Kyle Steinberg will serve no jail time after pleading to negligent driving Wednesday in East Wenatchee Municipal Court, instead of the original charge of DUI. When East Wenatchee police stopped Steinberg's car in the early morning of June 15th, they were responding to a complaint that a driver was intoxicated in the McDonald's drive-thru and had insulted other customers before driving away. 0.15, well over the legal limit. But his attorney, John Brangwyn, said the test was improperly administered and Steinberg has an acid reflux condition that could have skewed the results.
I had a very good case that those results were inaccurate and should be excluded. And in fact, in the Department of Licensing hearing, I prevailed in that hearing, and the Department of Licensing threw out those breath test results.
As to the amended charge of negligent driving first degree,
Steinberg entered an Alford plea, denying that he was driving while intoxicated, but agreeing that he would likely be convicted if the case went to trial. Municipal Judge Chancey Crowell gave him a 90-day suspended sentence, so he'll serve no jail time. Steinberg must also pay a $500 fine, plus about $700 in other court costs. The 41-year-old Republican left court without speaking to NCWLIFE. Brangwyn says his client has also undergone alcohol abuse evaluation and a counseling class aimed at DUI offenders. Steinberg holds a pilot's license and a commercial driver's license as well as his motor vehicle license. A DUI conviction could have meant all of them were revoked.
I think there'll be a thought by the public that Mr. Steinberg, because he's a public figure, because he's a county commissioner, got some type of special deal or better deal. I would say that he actually was treated more harshly than just someone that nobody knows. I probably could have got a better outcome for someone that wasn't a public figure. So I think when people on social media say, oh, it's a fix, oh, it's because it's good old boys, it's actually the opposite of that.
Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
Coming up next, citing extreme fire danger, Chelan County Commissioners have ordered the closure of Horse Lake Road in Wenatchee. Wenatchee police and volunteers were out yesterday painting over graffiti that's been especially troublesome in the Wenatchee area in recent weeks. The $1 trillion infrastructure bill approved by the U.S. Senate yesterday includes some major funding sources for Washington, including a proposed $1 billion to remove and repair culverts across the West that impede salmon mitigation. And a Chelan winery will donate at least 10% of the revenue from sales of its new wine brand to help the Chelan Valley Housing Trust in its affordable housing efforts. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as well throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to chelanpud.org/save today.
Welcome back. In another news, citing extreme fire danger, Chelan County Commissioners have ordered the closure of Horse Lake Road in Wenatchee. The road is a popular access point for hikers in the Wenatchee foothills. The closure came after a resolution passed by commissioners yesterday. Chelan County Fire Marshal Bob Plum with the fire danger level at extreme, closing Horse Lake Road is a proactive measure. Wenatchee police and volunteers were out yesterday painting over graffiti that's been especially troublesome in the Wenatchee area in recent weeks. The police department said volunteers Emilio and Sal have been part of the Volunteer in Police Service, or VIPs. That's the program for more than 5 years. Anyone interested in assisting the department with a variety of community service projects is asked to contact Wenatchee Police Corporal Ron Wilson, and that phone number is 423-9214. The $1 trillion infrastructure bill approved by the U.S. Senate yesterday includes some major funding sources for Washington, including a proposed $1 billion to remove and repair culverts across the West that impede salmon migration. The fish are often stymied by outdated water channels that are too narrow or too far above water to navigate. About $400 million would be also set aside for new community-based restoration programs to remove other barriers to fish passage. And finally, a Chelan winery will donate at least 10% of the revenue from sales of its new wine brand to help the Chelan Valley Housing Trust in its affordable housing efforts. Vin de Lac Winery is already giving the Housing Trust $5,000 in an advance on the of red and white $20 a bottle and is available on the winery's website or at the winery. The Housing Trust is raising money for its second and biggest affordable housing development in Chelan. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Graduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, Chelan Douglas Health District Administrator Luke Davies says as new COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are rising, so is the rate of vaccinations. As of yesterday, 26 people were hospitalized in Wenatchee. Today, that number is 29, largely because of the highly infectious Delta variant. But in a news conference, Davies said more people are seeking vaccinations in the two counties as the pandemic tightens its grip once again.
We are actually seeing an increase in people getting vaccinated. And for the last 2 weeks, I can't remember what the percentage is, but we've gone from about 400 a week up to about 600, 700 a week. So it's been pretty significant. We are seeing people that I will dub vaccine reluctant who are coming in and getting vaccinated on the down low, which is totally fine. Any way that you get the vaccine, we will not judge you for and that kind of stuff. So if people are reluctant or they've had barriers and they've been wondering about it, now is the time to do it because it does protect against severe hospitalizations, and that right now is the name of the game. Our entire vaccination rates from all ages in Chelan County is 52.2% as of August 8th and 45.8% for Douglas County at August 8th. Now, 11 and under are not eligible to get vaccinated, but we are planning in the processes of planning for when they are eligible to get vaccinated.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday, and boy, it was a hot one out there today. We talked yesterday that this next heat wave would really begin today, and boy, did it ever. Just a few high clouds out there as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley. This is from our Sky-Fi Tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights. We call it the cross camera. And yeah, just a hot August day today. Unofficially, our high temperature, there you have it, 102 degrees, and that is well above where we should be right now at 88. 72 is where we started our morning. 62 is our normal overnight low. Almost tied that record high set back in 1971 of 104 degrees. 53, our record low, that was set in 2008. Sunrise this morning, 5:52, and the sun sets tonight at 8:19. We are still under an excessive heat warning. It went into effect at noon today and will run until Saturday. I mentioned this last night. That's our 5th excessive heat warning just this summer, and we still have 40 days of summer left. Tomorrow, it's sure going to feel like it, a lot like today. Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, Wenatchee, all 100 degrees tomorrow. A little cooler in Leavenworth at 90. Tonight, it will be very mild overnight tonight as well, with temperatures generally in the mid-70s. As we get you into Thursday, a little bit of haze will begin moving our way as we see a northwesterly flow. Could catch some of that smoke from the fires up north, and it's going to be hot tomorrow again near 100, but not as hot as Friday. Hazy and hot on Friday with our temperatures anywhere between 102 and 107 degrees. Getting you into the weekend, a little bit more of that hazy sunshine. Temperatures still hot between 100 and 105 degrees all across eastern Washington. In fact, we will be just as hot as Las Vegas and Phoenix on Saturday. And then Sunday, some wind comes into the picture as an area of low pressure begins to slide down. That'll kind of move our high pressure back out in the Pacific, and that'll bring us some cooler temperatures too, especially as we get you into Monday. We're talking partly cloudy skies, still a little bit breezy, but look at that. Temperatures cooler with highs in the mid-80s and even a little bit of rain shower activity creeping in to parts of northwestern Washington. By Tuesday, pretty much a typical summer day with sunny skies, a little bit breezy at times with highs at the end of our forecast in the middle 80s. But look at this area of low pressure. This will be a player as we get into late next week. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, 74 degrees, 100 tomorrow, 103 Friday, 101 on Saturday. Before that cool down begins, maybe a chance for an isolated shower on Monday and 85, and then sunny and mild on Tuesday with a high then of 87 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jared Sessler, your Republican candidate for Congress. When I drove NASCAR, fair competition was everything. But it isn't possible if someone is cheating or if illegal players are allowed on a team. In NASCAR, COT meant the car of tomorrow. But today, CRT forces the America we know and love to run with weights around its ankles. I'll fight for the common sense that we need in D.C. Go to jaredsessler.com to learn more. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Mariners had plenty of chances to put Texas away last night, but dropped the first game of the three-game set at T-Mobile Park in 10 innings, 5-4. Seattle trailed 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. When Mitch Haniger tied it, Kyle Seager put the Mariners on top.
A lift to left, carrying back, and this is gone into the bullpen. Mitch Haniger has tied his career high, his 26th home run. Leads off the fourth and ties this game at 1.
Well, he started him out with a curveball off the plate away that he got the call on, and this one finds the middle of the plate. And Mitch Haniger puts that good swing on it, stays through the curveball.
Slammed out to right and back-to-back jacks. Haniger and now Seager, his 25th. And the Mariners have taken the lead in the fourth.
Texas came back, tied it in the fifth. It remained 2-2 until the top of the ninth.
He gets Adolis Garcia, first pitch swinging. That ball's hammered deep out to center. It is gone! Garcia with a ninth-inning home run has put the Rangers in front 3-2.
Seattle was able to load the bases in the bottom of the ninth with nobody out and Jake Fraley at the plate.
3-1. We are tied. Bases loaded, walk. And Patton is really fighting it.
Bases still loaded, still nobody out. Mariners couldn't plant another run. J.P. Crawford, Mitch Haniger struck out. Kyle Seager flew out, so the game would go to the 10th where the Rangers struck again.
Here's a hard ground ball. That one threw into right field. Base hit. Martin rounds third. Here comes the throw. It's offline. Martin scores. And critically, Kiner Falefa goes to second.
And I just think he'd rather see Peter swing the bat.
This ball out into left field. That one sinking quickly. And it's trapped out there by Fraley. Kiner Falefa scores. 2 runs are in, and the Rangers lead it 5-3.
Seattle would try to come back in the 10th, but come up just a little bit short.
Laced into right field. Seager putting on the Jets. He's coming around. Kyle Seager scores standing. Ty France, his third knock tonight. He brings the Mariners within a run. Snared. Abanez takes the hit away and ends the game.
Yeah, boy, just opportunities missed on that one. Seattle will try to even the series. Tyler Anderson on the mound tonight against the Rangers' Spencer Howard. First pitch at 7:10 on Root Sports. Another American League West action yesterday. The Angels split a doubleheader with Toronto, winning the opener 6-3, but dropping the nightcap 4-0 on a combined 3-hit shutout. Seattle lost more ground in the wild card race as Oakland edged Cleveland 4-3 in 10 innings. Jed Lowry's RBI double in the 10th was the difference. Houston also a winner Tuesday, shutting out Colorado 5-0. Well, the Wenatchee Apple Sox rallied with 2 runs in the 9th inning to tie the game in Yakima last bottom of the 9th with a 7-6 win. We get more on the game from the voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox trailed by 2 runs entering the 9th inning, but rallied back to tie at 6-6 in the series opener against the Yakima Valley Pippins. But eventually, Yakima Valley would walk off the Apple Sox with a 2-out rally in the bottom of the 9th to pick up a series opening 7-6 win. Tyler Chipman was fantastic on the rubber for Wenatchee, as he had gone 4 1/3 scoreless before allowing 3 runners to reach base and 1 run to score in the bottom of the 9th. He struck out 9 and punched out 9 and then retired 13 hitters in a row against the Pippins, but was ultimately left with the hard luck loss. Garrett Cutting homered, Tino Bethencourt and A.J. Guerrero both had 2-hit nights, but the Apple Sox are left heading into tonight's game looking to tie the series back up. They'll do so at 6:35 as Cole Hatton toes the rubber. And with your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you much, Joel. Tyler Chipman falls to 2-2 on the season with the hard luck loss last night. By the way, that run not earned. Other West Coast League play, Jacob Stinson's walk-off RBI single in the 11th kept Cowlett's playoff hopes alive as the Bears beat Bellingham 3-2. Nick Vogt's RBI sac fly in the bottom of the 10th helped Corvallis walk off with a 6-5 win over Bend. Caden Connor and Isaac Lovings each went deep for Ridgefield in the Raptors' 15-3 win over Walla Walla. Sweets now have lost 12 straight WCL games. And Ian Lawson struck out 8 over 6 innings as he and 2 Portland relievers combined on a 3-hit shutout of Port Angeles, 7-0 the final there. Richfield and Portland edge ahead of Bend and Cowlitz in the South's overall standings with 2 games left, trying to earn that second playoff spot. Tonight, Wenatchee at Yakima play again at 6:35. Also same start time for Portland at Port Angeles, Bellingham at Cowlitz, and Ridgefield at Walla Walla. Corvallis and Bend get underway an hour later. Well, the Seahawks continue training camp at the VMAC in Renton, counting down the days until Saturday's first preseason game against the Raiders in Las Vegas. Coach Pete Carroll met with the media yesterday and was pleased overall with the mock game turned out and how it turned out last Sunday at Lumen Field.
The situations that we get in, and to do that in Lumen Field, it just felt like you got some close to the real kind of thing here, and so that's a good step for us. We'll be ready to go to Vegas. Whatever happens down there, but we won't tell you because but it's we made good strides the other day. And I was really happy with just the team really kind of play acted the whole thing through and made sure that we could kind of get through the stages of the process, and we accomplished that. And then the game looked pretty good, played pretty clean. So. We're in good shape coming out of that thing.
When asked if any particular player stood out from the game, he pointed to the offensive and defensive lines.
Both the tackles, Greg Island and Stone Forsythe, both those guys played a lot in this game. They had to play because of a couple things that happened right at the end of the week, and they both held their own. And I thought Shane did a nice job of getting the ball out for the quarterbacks. So they did a nice job for a couple young guys. Really, probably Al Woods might have had the best day. He had a bunch of plays that he made. It was all over the place, knocked the ball down, plays in the backfield, and also he had a day of note. It was pretty solid across the board.
Seahawks and Raiders kick off Saturday at 6 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. Ready for some football. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow, there are not one, but 2 significant obscure holidays. And although I never do this, tomorrow I am. I'm going to celebrate both of them. One of them is Middle Child Day. And also August 12th, tomorrow is Vinyl Record Day. And I have like 3 or 4 vinyl records at my house. And I'm going to bring them in. That's what we're going to be celebrating tomorrow. Plus that hot weather forecast and everything else you need to start your Thursday. I hope to see you live and local tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that'll do it for our news from around North Central Washington. You can find us on Facebook or our website at NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@NCWLIFE.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Don't make plans to store your boat for the off-season until you've checked out the Super Package from Bob File Boats and Motors. With this package, you just drop your boat off for winterizing, and they take it from there. When you pick it up in the spring, it'll be ready to go for the next season. There are too many features in the Super Package to list here, so get the details. 509-884-3558.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the Diagnostic Doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.